Our co-founder and my better half in running this ship is Anne Marie Ames. She loves dark chocolate as much as her 3 boys, and she shares her story of loving someone with a mental illness with her essay titled Curls.
I'll have to say we've done this show for 3 years, and this is the first time I've read an essay, so I'm used to being the MC, not the brave one. So, blonde curls, those blonde curls. Oh, those blonde curls. I keep coming back to your blonde curls. Silky soft to the touch, yet the color of sturdy straw, cascading over your perfect shell ears. Wispy, bouncing and blowing in the breeze you create as you toddle run down the driveway, laughing and looking back at me. The perfect definition of sheer joy captured in your grin. It says, I'm running away from you because I'm 2 and I'm testing my independence. But I know you'll quickly follow, always near, always watching to make sure I'm safe. And I really do my best to keep you safe, secure, and happy. As a mom, I didn't care if you were cute, because of course to me you were, nor did it matter if you were smart, musical, athletic, whatever your talents were. The only one thing I really wanted to get right as a mom was to make sure you had self-confidence, that you were happy, and especially that you were happy with yourself. I've spent my life fighting my own internal battles about whether or not I'm good enough. I simply didn't want you or your 2 little brothers to have to fight that same god-awful daily struggle. When I look at you now, a just-turned 18-year-old man, I still see those angel-like curls swirling around and over your forehead. Although in reality they're gone now, your hair is dirty blonde, buzz cut short with my own hands, carefully moving the electric razor up and down, cautiously behind your ears, making sure not to nick them. The professional buddy trimmer and my barber scissors can bring the cherry blood red with the slight stumble of my hand, yet you always sit quietly, trusting me to cut it without hurting you, still, as when you were 2, you trust me to keep you safe, secure, and happy. I've been cutting your hair since it needed it. A year-long disagreement with your dad. It's getting really long, he'd say. Oh, but look how beautiful those curls are. I'd answer, letting them slide gently through my fingers, knowing that his next sentence would be, he's 2 years old, he really needs a haircut. But I couldn't. To me, cutting meant the baby and you would be gone. You sobbed when I finally took you to the barbershop with your creamy spirals landing softly on your shoulders. A rite of passage for some boys, but not for you. You were too scared. So I protected you, and from then on we stayed home to cut your hair. Every 6 weeks or so, I'd pull out the special haircut stool and place it by the sink, and you'd run to get the black silky cape. Me too, you'd shout. I'd shake it, snapping the polyester, and then drape it gently over your shoulders, again, keeping you safe, secure, and happy all those many years. I calculate I've cut your hair just a smidgen over 100 times, every 6 weeks for 12 years. My mind wanders like this, random thoughts, meandering here and there, as concentrating on anything but you nowadays is challenging, for you're depressed, and that's all I can think about. What can I do differently? I know diet is key to health. I still have the same thoughts as when you were 2. How can I get you to eat food with color? Will kale help, or should we all go gluten-free? It's the rage, and maybe just a stage for many others. But for me and for you, if it works and helps your depression, it could mean everything. I skip through a rope of thoughts. What cocktail of meds are you trying this month? We roll off one that's not working and try another or 2 or 3. I have 24 or more empty prescription bottles hidden underneath my bathroom sink. It's too difficult for me to keep them on your shelf. It's just too hard for me to see all the meds you've tried staring at me, our trophies to failure. Now I rise each morning to find you on your extra long twin bed. You're 6 feet now, too short for the standard size we got when you were 4. And there you are, curled up tight, your arms and legs drawn up to your chest, as when you were safe, secure, and happy in my protective tummy. This veil of darkness only took 4 months to take hold of you in the spring of 8th grade. A sinus infection that wouldn't go away, causing you to miss weeks of school, and they kept sending home makeup work. You wanted to complete all of it despite feeling sick. Your desire to do it perfectly, a result of that responsible young adult in the body of a 14-year-old, always wanting to do the right thing. One day you didn't want to go into school. Another day you had a panic attack in our garage. Of course, at the time, we didn't know what it was. We only knew that your anxiety about school was growing, yet they kept giving you more work and more work. The load so high, it would take staying home from school for a whole week and working 8 hours a day to finally catch up. Then you arrived at school feeling as though you were all caught up on your work, only to be told there was more to do. Another 2 labs to make up, a few in-class tests you need to take, and so on. Your mind and body couldn't take the anxiety anymore, so it shut down, literally. You crawled into bed, curled up, and went to sleep to block it all out. For weeks you slept and couldn't get out of bed. I lay on the floor next to that long bed. Clinical depression, they said. Since then, you've been up and down, high and low. Well, never really high, just not that deep down low that one who suffers from depression can understand. We went from doctor to doctor. Treatment-resistant depression was the diagnosis. You wanted desperately to get better. It was your brain that wasn't cooperating. We tried that cabinet full of medicine and any other thing we could think of to help you get out of that dark, dark place. We couldn't save you. We couldn't keep you safe and secure and happy. But you're saving yourself slowly but surely. After 4 years of med failures, we've found a successful combination of meds to balance the chemicals in your brain. You're actually feeling well enough to exercise, and you do so. Once again, I hear the thump-thump swish of the basketball in our driveway. You force yourself to ride the stationary bike because you know it will keep you better. You're even trying wheat products to improve your diet. And books, they're back in your life again. With the return of your ability to concentrate, you've returned to your love of reading. Of course, as only you could, after not reading a book for 3 years. Yes, 3 years. The first book you choose to read is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a mere 832 pages. And last week this happened. You know, Mom, you can't cut my hair forever. I want to do it to try to do it myself. Several hours later, you walked into the kitchen with a pretty good buzz cut, a grin, and a shy smile. What do you think? My answer was a teary, you look great. So these many years later, I now know I can control the length of your hair, but not what's going on inside your head. I can't always keep you safe, secure, and happy, or rescue you. I can't save you the way I couldn't save those curls, but you can save yourself, and you are.